Glasses, hats, and brown boys. What? Oh.
You
gotta line it up.
Up. There you go. Now go. Now go. To the left.
No, right.
There, now go. What's going on, nerds? Tim here with my co-host Chris. And our special guest today, Emmanuel Ian Gozum. Hi.
I had no idea this was gonna happen.
And welcome to the AT Show episode 2. Because the other one, the original episode 2 was like 4 months ago?
We were still snowboarding.
We were still snowboarding at the time.
A long time ago.
And something happened to the file in my computer. So.
And then we got lazy.
And then we got really, really lazy. So, anyways, now that it's summertime and not winter or spring, we totally skipped 2 seasons. A lot has happened since then.
Yeah, for sure.
No more snowboarding, 1. And 2, a big one, that I guess if you're not following the blog post that Chris has, he's gonna be a father soon.
I'm gonna be a dad. You're gonna be an uncle. You're gonna be an uncle.
You're gonna technically
Tito.
We'll call
Tito
you
E. Tito E. Tito T.
Oh, that's so cool. Tito
Yeah.
E.
So congratulations, Chris and my sister. They're gonna have a baby girl.
A couple months away.
Yeah, real soon. 3
Stoked.
months.
Yeah, September.
Almost less than that.
You have a name for the baby?
We do. It's top secret.
What?
We'll know in due time.
You'll know soon.
We'll know soon enough. But yeah, let's see. What else has happened since then? A little game called Overwatch came out, and
Little one.
a little one. And, you know, it's just the most popular game out
Everywhere.
right now, everywhere, PC and console. We've been playing that a buttload. I've been playing a little bit of Black Ops 3 still.
Yeah, I started my grind.
Yeah, he has joined us now, which is good, and he's been getting a lot better.
Not really.
And
On Black Ops or Overwatch?
Black Ops.
Black Ops.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not playing Overwatch.
Yeah. So, when Overwatch gets a little frustrating, I switch over.
Every day.
I take like a week break. Well, he plays a lot.
That's every day.
It's
Yeah,
like
you
every
guys
day.
are like crazy rank, man.
No, he is the craziest rank. He's already almost.
You got, like,
Are you halfway to?
Don't you have
to
multiple
second star?
little
I
stars?
have 1 star and I think 28.
28.
gosh.
He's level 128,
128.
which is really crazy. That's way more than he did in Black Ops.
I think I'm actually 28.
A whole 100 levels higher. Jeez. Other things outside of gaming. Let's see. As you can tell, we are wearing some soccer jerseys. Well, not him, but it is the UEFA Euro 2016 Championships right now.
Which
And
actually sounds like Overwatch.
It does sound like Overwatch.
Are you watching?
Have you
No.
seen any matches? Their opening theme music sounds like Overwatch's lobby music.
Yeah.
Like exactly
the
the same.
ladies. The ladies got same kind of slight accent.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's so great. She's like, UEFA Euro 2016.
Maybe it's the same.
What if it is the same?
It could be.
That'd be so
'Cause
crazy.
The first time we heard it, we were just in the kitchen hanging out.
We couldn't see the TV.
Yeah, we couldn't even see the TV.
We were like, who's playing Overwatch?
Yeah. We heard the voice and we both
I had
looked
to look.
up.
I was like, oh,
like, is
what?
that a commercial?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It sounds just like.
But that's going on right now, which is really, it's a pretty big thing in the sports world, I think, next to the World Cup, because it's all of the, obviously all the European teams competing to be the best in Europe, and right now they're in the quarterfinals. And as you can tell, our team is Germany, who have won 4 World Cups now. This is their old jersey.
Yeah.
And they're in the quarterfinals right now, thank God. They're going to play
Going strong.
Italy.
Going against Italy.
They're going against Italy on Friday or Saturday. I don't remember the schedule, but today Portugal and Poland played, and Portugal actually came through the win.
Really?
Yeah. Big ups to Ronaldo, who, you know,
Alright,
hate him or
alright.
love him, he's actually really, really talented player. So, congratulations to Portugal. We might, oh no, we're not going to, well, potentially we might play them in the finals.
Towards the end, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm a huge Germany fan. I've been a huge Germany fan for a long, long time now. I didn't really start following them until 2004, 2004 or 6, either that World Cup or before then. And I naturally have a love for Germany because I grew up there, and same with Ian. He's the same as me, or same as us. We are huge Germany fans, and
I would.
and
I did not grow up there.
You didn't,
But I
but you know
love it.
he's part of the family, so it's guilty by association. He watched the World Cup 2014 with us. Was that your your first legit?
That was the first
following?
time I ever cared about soccer.
And it was insane. Like, obviously Germany won, and it was the craziest time.
It was awesome.
It was so good. Because you guys watched it at whose house?
We were at a birthday party, I think. Was it the? I think it was the finals. We were at a birthday.
No,
party.
it was the finals. Because
Yeah.
I remember because I was at Alan's parents' house, and I don't know where you were. You were probably at home. Yeah.
Did Germany play the U.S. that year? Or were
Yeah, they did,
supposed
and it was
to?
a tie.
Okay, yeah.
It was a tie.
So I remember when they were doing that, I kept cheering for Germany, and everyone was like, "What are you doing?"
What do you mean?
Like, first of all, when did you start watching soccer?
Right.
Like,
right,
well,
right.
let me tell you.
Oh, but I understand that people can argue with bandwagon fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But a bandwagon fan is somebody who just hops on and likes a team who gets really hot and then drops them once they do really bad.
Yeah.
That's a bandwagon fan. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah. You gotta start somewhere.
And his started 2 years ago. And
You guys brought me in to the Germany fold.
and win or lose doesn't matter. We're gonna love them.
I will cheer for them.
But yeah, that was the year they played the U.S. and the U.S. actually tied them, which was really upsetting. Because look at them now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I hate the U.S. soccer team. I hate them. Like, they're the worst. The only person I like on that team is Clint Dempsey. Clint Dempsey and Tim Howard.
Howard's a beast.
Howard is a freaking beast.
That was so impressive last year.
Pretty sure he played for Man U. He played for a European team.
Yeah, he played for you.
I forgot what, but whichever one, he was a beast. He still is a beast, and it's sad to not see him. Didn't see him play in the Copa America, which is the Americas version of Euro 2016, and the U.S. got smacked. They got smacked by Argentina, 4-0. It was sad, but it was hilarious at the same time. But then Argentina
then
choked.
Argentina blows it.
Argentina choked to Chile,
Oh,
but
man.
Chile was really, really, really good this year.
That was
they won it last year
heartbreaking.
too. It was so heartbreaking.
That was heartbreaking to
Messi
watch, man.
missed a PK,
And he knew it.
and he knew it. As soon as he kicked it, he looked at it. He was like,
Wide open too.
I
Goalie
screwed
went
up.
total other direction. He
and
had
that would have made all the
Yeah,
difference.
Yeah.
If you watched it, he was the first one, and he missed. Like, that's so embarrassing.
They would have been dead even at that point.
Yeah, it would have been dead even, and it would have been left to the last two kickers.
Yeah, last
so,
two kickers.
for either team. But Chile came out on top. It was the same result as last year's Copa America, which Chile won by PKs again.
Yeah, that's happened to them several times, right? Well, I don't know if it's always PK, but they've lost finals like
They've lost finals
3-4
like
times in a row, right?
for the last 4 years. World Cup being one of them.
Man,
It was glorious. It was so good.
it's like being
It's almost like being
I was gonna say it's like being a Denver fan until last year.
until last year, right. Oh my gosh, that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going on right now. Germany plays, I think, tomorrow, which is Friday
Can't wait.
or Saturday. I don't remember, but Italy's gonna be tough.
I'm gonna get that Neuer jersey.
Dude, that jersey is so
He's sick.
good.
He's a beast. He just sits back there and like hangs out.
Right. He lets everyone else.
And he looks so good doing
his
it.
defenders are really, really good, but when
Yeah.
it comes to crunch time, he pulls through.
Yeah, he's good.
Because they haven't conceded a goal yet.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're playing Italy tomorrow or Saturday, and Italy beats Spain,
Mhm.
which who won last year's Euro, and they're really, really dominant. They won the World Cup in 2000. Wait, did they win the World Cup? They did. They won the World Cup in 2000. 2010. Sorry. Yeah, 2010.
Wow, 6 years.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, aside from being fans of soccer, Ian himself played a lot during high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your defense, if I remember, fullback, yeah. And your number was 10.
Mm-hmm.
He was a true number 10. And yeah, I mean, soccer is hit or miss. Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's
not
like with a lot of.
I would say it's not as exciting as other American sports, mainly because you're waiting for somebody to make a play, as
Yeah.
opposed to it's not constant that someone's gonna make a play
Yeah.
because they're just running around trying to outwit each other. But
But I mean, you think about it, they're going non-stop.
full
Except for one halftime break.
right
You know, it's-
for a full 45 minutes, no timeouts, no
Yeah.
stoppage,
you can't be full on the whole time.
and they're running a football length field.
At least it's crazy
A
when they
little
talk
bit more,
about
I think.
how much ground they've covered.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's so crazy.
yeah, how they cover this? How do they know that?
No,
You have to watch 11
trackers on their shoes.
You have to watch. Potentially, you have to watch 22 people and track each one of them.
Yeah.
And see how many miles or kilometers that they've covered in 45 to 90 minutes. That's insane. Because
It's a really cool stat, but it's
I don't know if
just
it's
crazy.
in high school fields, are they a little bit smaller than pro fields?
I think they are.
Yeah, they should be like a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like a little bit more narrow.
Mhm.
Okay.
Did you go 90 minutes too?
Oh yeah, is high school 90 minutes? I think it is.
It is, but it's a split.
Right. It's split into like
Like quarters?
I think it's 3. Is it 3 times? Then they give like twice they give a break. Oh yeah, it's. And then we played at Mason for like co-ed.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I mean, we lost like every game.
I can't like when I was young and I tried, I was like, I cannot do that. Like,
It's a lot
yeah,
of running.
I just did
even
not,
if
did
even
not
when
have the skills for that.
even when you're on like the other side of the field, you have to constantly understand what's happening
Yeah,
and react to everything that's happening.
yeah,
Because if you stay still, you're gonna get blown away.
yeah.
Like
I'm going
easy.
right past you
Yeah.
when they're coming.
I don't know if you remember one game we played at Mason. We had Josh Litt on our team,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going for a dead ball, and I totally didn't notice the guy. This guy's like a kind of a lot bigger than me, and I was going for the ball, and this guy is like a total like. He's like always like energetic
Yeah.
when he plays, very charismatic. I was going for the ball. I totally didn't see him. We both wham right into each other.
Wham.
And I'm pretty sure I blacked out for like a good second. Like I remember just what happened. Like I was like,
Oh, man.
oh, he was like, yo, are you okay?
That
I was
reminds
like, what just happened?
That reminds me of the play that took me out of American football in high school. Because it was on a kickoff, and I was playing like right against the opposite sideline. So I did my duty, you know. We kicked it off. I ran up sideline, and then we chased the guy back down. And then when the pileup was there, I was just standing there, like watching, you know. 'cause
Yeah.
the play's over, you know. So
Right.
I'm just standing there. The dude hits me in the back, like straight up, just hits me in the back. I go up in the air and I turned over and I just went like I folded in half basically. Like,
Oh yeah, because you're like,
yeah,
okay.
I turned over and I went like wham, and
Uh-huh.
it felt like I blacked out for a couple seconds, and I got up and I was
Yeah.
totally dizzy and shaken up, and
Yeah.
I was like wobbling to the sideline.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, Coach, you gotta get me out of here.
Oh my
and then
God.
I was pissed because they didn't call it. You know what I mean?
Oh, because they didn't see it.
Yeah. And then my parents never let me go back. They're like,
would
forget it.
you say you got like a mild concussion?
No, I don't think it was
was
quite
just,
that
like,
bad. It was
wind-
just
like
yeah.
the wind knocked
it was
out of
just
you.
like I wasn't
You
I
were-
wasn't ready for
yeah, you
it.
were
I didn't
prepared.
see it, and I was just standing there. You know, and the dude nailed me.
Have you ever had any bad incidents playing in high school? Or notice any? You have like any other like playing teammate?
Yeah. Actually, it was pretty bad because
Yeah.
he actually passed away from.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah, in high school, he was our goalie.
Oh dang.
I wasn't at the game. Wait, I think it was It wasn't for our school team. I think it was for some Virginia soccer league. I think.
Oh okay.
But he was a goalie for that team,
Mm.
and he also played for our high school team. And I think what happened, I think if I remember correctly, what happened is that when he was trying to block a ball, that the player that had the ball in possession kept running, and then he kind of like headbutted his chest,
Oh man.
and then so he like got knocked out.
Yeah.
And then he just never
He never woke up. So he pretty much just like stopped his heart then.
It's one of those moments where people say if you hit someone at the right moment, you're just shut the heart down.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's so sad.
That's That's crazy.
I've never heard of anything like that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's wild.
Dude, I could not live with myself after something like that.
Yeah, right.
A total accident like that.
Yeah, it's so funny like hearing about stuff like that, but then watching European football and how much they flop.
Yeah, I know.
Like, does it really hurt, man? There are some plays where you're just like, oh,
sometimes you know,
dude totally stepped on his like
Yeah.
ankle, and you can't fake being hit by cleats,
Yeah.
especially soccer cleats. And
Well, what's funny is it's almost like they don't realize slow motion exists.
right,
You know?
it's like they don't even know that cameras are around them.
Yeah. It's like they're never gonna know. I'm just gonna flop the crap out
Right,
of this.
right.
But as soon as they replay it, you're like, oh god, that was it's like he didn't even touch that part and you're all
Oh, they do have they have like instant replay for the fans,
yeah.
but they can't review plays.
Yeah. They're just gonna keep on going.
Yeah, there's gonna be whatever.
And that's one of the nice things about it.
Yeah, right.
That's one of the things that kind of annoys me about basketball. When you get to the very end and everyone's just fouling the crap out of each other,
Yeah,
it just kills. I don't know. It kills the momentum for me.
Right.
Just watching it. you know?
Well, I mean, the thing with let's say there's like a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter in basketball, and let's say your team is down like 1 to 2 points.
Yeah.
You want to foul to get a better chance of getting the ball back.
Yeah. I mean, I know, but
But no, I understand.
Yeah.
Like other times, it's just like you're gonna lose, man. Just
Yeah.
don't even do anything.
yeah, I understand why they do it. It's just sort of. It just
It's
sucks.
a-
Like
it's
you
a
want to
buzzkill.
see them. Yeah, you want to see them play.
Just
it
go
out.
out,
you
yeah.
know?
Just go all out. Take your loss like a man.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
Kinda
like just play the game.
Yeah. So,
But
yeah, that's happening now. Watching Euro 2016. Hopefully Germany wins, but we'll take it one game at a time. Other than that, let's see. I mean, Independence Day's soon, so if depending on when we release this
Yeah.
this episode, happy 4th of July to everyone. Happy birthday, America. Your soccer team sucks.
Someday.
But every other
Someday.
team I love.
You
Like
mean,
they're so good. Like they dominate.
national
like,
U.S. teams
yeah, national.
or like Olympic, whatever.
Yeah, Olympic athletes besides soccer. Just nation nation sports like American football. Baseball's fun to watch.
I like on that train too late, I think.
Right, and the whole MLS thing.
But it is so much bigger now than it ever
Oh, yeah,
was.
right,
Which
right.
it's really cool to see that.
That's true.
And I think
can't
as-
knock that.
Yeah, I think maybe as as people continue to grow up, like maybe you have people from other nationalities, but they associate with they'll play for the U.S.
Oh
when it
yeah,
comes
no,
to
definitely.
it. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, like we were talking about before. They're totally not bandwagon fans. You got to start somewhere. And America's on the rise with soccer, which is good. It's just, I believe that we will win.
I know.
Like, can you come up with a better chance than that?
Seriously.
Come on. Learn from the
Just
European.
way too long.
Yeah, learn from the European and South American fans. Like they come up with like complete songs.
Yeah.
Banter against the other team, other nations, stuff like that. It's so good.
I believe that you don't even have a nice cadence with that.
Yeah.
I feel like if
Yeah.
they just took out "I believe" and just say "We will win."
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it so much better.
Like we're confident that
Yeah.
we're gonna win.
Not I believe.
I believe.
Maybe we'll win.
I hope that we will win.
I believe it, man.
I
Even
believe
though we're
it.
like down
4-5.
0-5. Yeah, it's
remember?
horrible. It's
Okay,
horrible.
so the World Cup last year, or the last World Cup, we were in Chicago
Yeah.
when the U.S. was playing Portugal and Germany.
Oh, really?
And okay, to be honest, in that moment, it was fun to cheer for them because everybody was cheering, and we were like in a good setting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when they started chanting, "I believe that we will win," I was like, no. It was crazy.
Yeah,
we
we
were,
will win would be awesome.
we were in.
That's like
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
You know?
Where were we were in like this like
We were in a
this
bar.
park. No, well, the park first. Remember?
Yeah, we went to.
We were in this like big park that they shut down for a viewing.
Yeah.
Like they had like a big projection
It was just
inside.
all-
It was just all U.S. fans.
U.S.
Cool.
fans.
People
And it was
just passing
it was
by.
really it was really cool. But we didn't stay there too long because it was kind of like It was crowded. It was hot as hell.
Yeah.
So we dipped out and went to a bar, which was a lot more fun.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just watching the game, and it was just like the energy was really, really great. But the chanting was just so stupid.
It's cool though, cause like everybody was like together.
Yeah, right,
Like,
right.
everybody was like just-
One.
Yeah.
Everyone was together, like, you know.
Everybody was just there together supporting the U.S.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. It was actually really, really cool. But they didn't win either of those games.
Why can't America just be like that all the time?
What? Oh,
Together?
Together? Yeah, right.
Like,
In a nice harmonious fashion.
Good question.
You know, it's not an awesome thing to see what's going on in the world, and just in the U.S. as well. But I don't know. It's weird because America is like the biggest hypocrite of itself. Like, yeah, we're America. We're about freedom. We're about diversity. We're about anyone can be here and be anything.
Yeah.
But then when you actually get into it, they're like, you're trash. You're
Yeah.
trash. I hate your race.
we
blah,
actually
blah, blah, blah.
don't want you here.
Yeah, right. The American dream has become so diluted with like just pure hatred.
Yeah. That's like, I want to see the day when someone decides to, or people decide to fight for the ideal, or the notion that we do welcome anyone.
Right. Every
You know what I mean?
walk of life.
So it's like, or like protecting people's rights to whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like guns, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a right to guns right now. So that's just the way it is.
Right.
And that's the current law. So it's like, when would someone who personally doesn't believe in that decide to actually defend another person's right to have it because it is the right,
Mhm.
or like religious freedom?
Right.
When is someone going to stand up for a religion or a belief system that they don't personally believe in, or might even contradict what they believe in, because the person has the right to do that?
Right.
Right. So right now it's just like, whatever's not like me, whatever. Forget it.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
Yeah. When you bring up gun control, or people wanting to like fix that whole amendment and stuff like that, it's not because of the law, it's because of the people.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to a friend about this, and he asked the question where like, people for gun control, like what would you recommend to actually be done? Or he was asking like, whether you're for gun control or not, like what would you propose to be done, stuff like that. And I was like you said, it's the law, it's our constitutional right to be able to own a firearm, and everyone who's butthurt about not having better gun control, you need to have better people control.
Yeah.
That's the underlying problem, and that's what they always miss. Like, I feel like people are just like so fixated on, saying, this inanimate object is the sole reason why everyone dies. And it's like, okay, it's a tool,
Right.
but the person behind the tool is the actual problem. And what I was telling him, I was like, we need to have a way to educate people much better than we are now. Instead of telling them, hey, we're gonna just try and take it away from you. That's not gonna help. Criminals are never criminals are criminals because
They'll find a way to do whatever it
way.
is they're trying to do. You take away their guns, or build bombs.
A criminal is a criminal for a reason.
And we've had serial killers and murderers long before firearms were mass produced.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, even if they implement like a stricter gun control, like the criminals that already own the guns are gonna find ways to get the guns.
Exactly. They'll get them
They're
some
not-
other way.
And
They're not gonna
gonna
care.
They're not gonna go to wherever and just be like, "Here's my weapon."
I know.
Like, turn in your weapon.
Hey, by the way, I'm a criminal. Can I buy a gun? Like, no.
Like, well, you guys said I can't have guns, so I guess
Right.
I'm gonna stop being a bad guy
Right.
now.
No, that doesn't stop anything. Like, look at prohibition.
Yeah.
That totally didn't work.
Yeah. People are gonna find a way to do whatever it is they're trying to do.
Right.
You know.
And it should be more about helping people understand how a gun works, and just teaching basic fundamental right and wrong. I know it's easier said than done, but there are way more good people than there are bad people.
Yeah.
You know, and we're just so focused on the negative aspect of a tragedy, instead of making it into something where it's like a learning process or a learning experience.
Yeah.
But what about like people who you can't necessarily teach things like that? Like
Right,
people who
right,
already
right.
have like mental issues.
Right, then that's the other side of the coin, right? You know, and it's hard to answer. I can't really say anything about that, but I feel like the better step towards something like that is just educating people.
Or
You know, I mean,
just
because here's an analogy, or an example of something where gun control won't work. We just talked about alcohol prohibition. So you're telling me that if you stop somebody from buying a gun, that's going to save the world, right? It's like, well okay, so how many vehicle accidents have there been ever in the United States alone? Are you going to stop making cars?
yeah.
Is having a car the reason why accidents happen? No, it's because people are behind it. Yeah, exactly.
They're stupid.
That's like my one argument for like anybody who supports gun control. Like, I'm not saying you're a bad person. You're coming from a good place. Your intentions are there, you know, but you're just not.
Well, I mean, and that I think, and that's if we're talking about someone who just wants to eradicate guns.
Right. People who are for, like, you know, have better, I guess, guidelines.
Yeah.
In purchasing a weapon, yes.
Yeah.
That's
totally
totally
doable.
Totally doable. Totally makes sense. But we're talking about the extreme.
Yeah.
People who are like ban guns, period. That's not.
Because the way I would see it, it's like if no lawful person is allowed to have a gun, the unlawful people will find a way to get guns, and now
They always do.
Yeah, and now you're completely
Defenseless.
helpless.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
unless we start teaching everybody Krav Maga or something crap like that. You know.
Right.
But it's like.
Or you're just gonna build
do?
yourself a bubble.
Yeah.
Like a steel,
even,
fortress.
Even the police get outgunned when serious criminals get
Right.
heavy duty firearms that try to do something.
Right.
The police officers are outgunned. They got to call in SWAT. You know,
Right.
Who have tools for
And
weapons for that.
and here's another thing. Law enforcement aren't always perfect. Look at how many police officers have unlawfully killed someone with a gun, just because they felt like they were threatened.
Yeah, could be threatened.
There's that fine line, like if.
Could be an accident.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So.
People make mistakes.
People make mistakes, and some people are just bad people. There's always going to be a bad person.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think it comes down to how the culture deals with its people.
Right.
Because if you think about it, people in general trust each other a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we go out and we do whatever it is we're trying to do, normal everyday stuff, go to work, buy groceries, do your sports or whatever, and everyone, like so many people that you know nothing about them are all around you all the time.
Right.
You know, they're driving these cars that could kill you in 2 seconds and
Anything.
whatever.
Yeah.
But and then all of us decide to choose to be
A functional
nice.
society.
Yeah, you know, to not be vicious to each other.
Right.
You know, or angry or whatever. You might get the road rage or something, but it's kind of scary when you're doing your everyday thing and you're like,
You're too scared to...
Anybody here could do, hit a switch and go off and do something crazy.
Once you start becoming too afraid to live outside of your comfort zone, like your home, there's a problem.
Yeah.
And it's not because of like what's killing people, it's your environment. So
finding ways to help people any way we can. You're not going to catch everyone.
You can't. It's impossible.
You're not going to stop everyone.
You're not like an omnipotent being that can like stop everything. I don't know how we got into this tangent, but
I don't know either.
Yeah,
but we're just hanging.
That's why this show is about just everything in life.
Anything?
What about anything going on
Well,
in the South.
while we were talking about gun control, I was also thinking
Oh, yeah. So he has a gun.
I do.
He has an AR-15, right?
Yes, I built
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You built the entire thing?
Mhm.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah,
I didn't like build the.
He built the muzzle.
You machined
I
the
bought-
pieces.
I bought the pieces.
I put it together.
You machined all the parts, dude. That is sick. I didn't know you did.
Our friend, yeah, Drew has one too.
Yeah, Drew,
Oh, nice.
Drew built it.
And he has a handgun.
I've considered a handgun.
But
Or a
yeah,
shotgun.
I've
considered a shotgun.
even owning as myself as an owner, like I've never even had the thought of using it on another person. So I'm just trying to figure out how we can sort of compromise with the people that
Who think that guns shouldn't be allowed to
yeah,
be allowed.
that guns just should totally be banned completely because like people like me like just use it for recreation, like
Yeah.
we like to go to the range,
Right.
shoot targets because it's fun.
Yeah.
Right, and there's a law that states you can't have that on your person
Right.
ever outside of either using it in a gun range
Right.
or your home.
Because it's fully automatic.
It's
Oh, yours
It's
is, you can't have
No,
fully
yeah, you
automatic.
can't.
yeah, it's semi.
So you. Oh yeah. So yours is always off the person.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
we
he
don't-
can't
we don't open
he
carry
can't have
here.
it in his trunk right now because if he gets pulled over for speeding and he's like, hey, can I check your trunk?
Really?
Yeah,
You can't even have it in the trunk.
I mean,
You can have it in your car, but if you get pulled over, you have to tell the officer
That there's
Like
a
what-
we-
as
there's a
soon as
weapon.
he pulls you over.
Right,
you
right,
have
right,
to
right,
let him
right.
know.
Hmm.
because you know that's just super suspicious. I was gonna ask because I don't know personally. I've never researched it. What's the process of getting one? How was the process for you?
The process.
Because that's
is-
the one thing that everyone's always talking about.
And you just bought the parts, so does that make it any different?
Right? Can you just get the gun itself like already built
You
together?
can buy all the parts, and the only thing that you need to fill out a actual federal form for is the lower, which pretty much just houses like the trigger,
Oh, right.
the trigger mechanism.
And like the chamber, like where
Yeah, it has
the magazine goes.
the magazine. Yeah, the magazine
right.
slot and the trigger mechanism.
Right.
That's the only part that you need to fill out the form for. But
Mm.
other than that, you can go online, buy all the parts, and slap it together.
See, that's the argument that a lot of people who are pro gun control have a problem with is the ease of buying a gun,
Mm-hmm.
and that seems super easy to me.
Yeah, even for the handguns, it's the same thing. You just fill out a federal form, and then they do a background check.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah,
if
okay.
it comes out clean, then you
Right.
And they do it right on the spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Would you be opposed to having it to just wait a few days?
For the background check to like fully
Yeah.
check out.
I mean,
I feel like that's a process, but it just elongates.
What-
Like what?
Well,
what
so
would be different in those
some-
3 days that they...
Some people, some arguments that I've heard, they call it like a cool down period.
Oh, so
So
like
if
somebody
somebody's
who's
kinda
angry
fired up,
can just
yeah.
go to
Oh,
a gun
yeah,
store.
yeah,
Somebody's
right,
fired up
get a
and
gun,
walks into the
stick,
gun
"I'm gonna kill
store,
everybody."
and then like
Right.
3 days later, you're like, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, right.
You know?
No, I wouldn't be opposed to that actually. No.
Hmm.
Well, not me personally, because I just do it for recreation. so.
Right. Because my dad has a gun, a handgun and a shotgun.
Yeah, we got a lot of friends with guns.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, holy cow.
Yeah.
But they're all law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, and I mean,
But that might be a good deterrent actually.
Right. Yeah, like what in between those 3 days, like how thorough,
yeah, you could do a deeper dive.
like how thorough, like are you gonna be like psychologically tested? You know, your personality is gonna be tested, stuff like that. I feel like that would be pretty.
Maybe.
That'd be pretty.
I feel
Doable.
like you need someone like those TV detectives who just sit there and kind of grill the crap out of you until,
Right, until
it
you
just
break.
comes out.
Yeah. All right.
You can't have just anybody do it. You
Right,
need,
right,
You
right.
need someone that's
You gotta be someone who's tough as hell.
Yeah.
Like-
It's like I'm gonna have to
You're like,
red X you. Your form is denied. So.
all right, okay. I was gonna use it, blah blah blah. Bookin' boys
Yeah.
Like,
You got
or
that.
banned.
Kylo
Banned.
Ren.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Dang it.
What are you going to use the gun for?
Yes. I know. Oh, if we only had somebody,
me.
if we had like a Professor X, right? He just
Yeah.
wheels in. Nah.
He knows your deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah. You just
He's
have
like-
you have a quick test to take. Well, you know, if you pass, so you can have.
Dude, imagine being able to like somebody like Professor X be like, I know the future. You're gonna use it on this day, and you're gonna kill this many people. No,
No, don't give it to
that'd be
him.
so crazy. Or something like Minority Report.
Oh yeah.
That would be crazy. Or oh, here you go.
We both had a topic.
Anime related Psychopaths. Imagine if there was a process like that where you could tell that somebody's gonna get violent and you have to stop them. So Psychopaths is this
Whoa.
anime that
Sounds very Minority Reportish.
it's
it's
almost
similar. Very
except without the
The
whole
three triplets with
right.
three cognition.
Yeah.
The pool
So-
friends.
Yeah.
Set in the future in Japan. I don't know if it was in the world or whatever, but were they law enforcement or were they like a special unit?
They are law enforcement.
So yeah, so the regular
They're law.
yeah, right. So the police have a special unit where these agents have these guns that point at you. Like they use it to point at people who might seem eradicated or like on edge.
Eradicated.
Yeah. Wrong use of the word. Everybody in Japan has like a certain like color, or everyone is judged based on their color. I guess their aura.
Yeah.
And these guns can read it, and you point it at somebody who might seem a little off, and if their color turns to a certain like hue, they're deemed dangerous and a criminal, and they're automatically locked up or killed.
Dang.
The gun knows. The gun is like absolute law.
I think.
Wow.
Is that how it is? Is it just the gun?
Yeah.
No, I think it's everything. Like all the like surveillance cameras and stuff. They have.
Oh, okay. No,
they
you're right.
can,
No, you're right. You're right. That's how they find the
They,
people.
they make profiles of people and
You're right.
they get certain colors, and certain colors have more
that
tendency to be more violent than others.
it's so like people like normal people, let's say, are like blue or green.
Yeah.
Once you get more like
I forgot the colors.
I'm pretty sure it was like red.
Red.
You would think it's red.
Yeah, because that's like the universal
Yeah.
sign for like
Yeah, and
anger.
the guns that they use, they can't shoot.
Oh, that's what it was, that's
unless
what-
they-
yeah.
Oh,
so-
interesting.
Yeah, so they can either stun people who are just like semi like
Right. But it wouldn't fire on an.
it wouldn't fire a lethal weapon or it wouldn't fire innocents.
Interesting. That would
And
be
that
awesome.
that gun was like, it wasn't the people who like dictated like who's bad and good. It was the
It
gun.
was the system.
Yeah,
it was
the
the
gun's
system.
connected to the system.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's a crazy anime. Like just it questions like, you know, is there room for human error, or
Mhm.
you know, is the system just like rigged to like
Right.
pick
right.
people off and
Right.
stuff like that?
Yeah,
you know,
like are people like
Who's monitoring the system?
right.
or like people who are given a color, can they not change?
Right. Like they can't like
Like
Oh,
once you're
yeah.
given a
once
color,
you're given
can't
a
you change?
or
That's
once
it,
the
yeah.
gun reads you as like a potential threat, like a
That's it.
big time threat, there's no way of stopping it
Right.
unless that person doesn't shoot the gun. But I think there was like one episode where it like shot itself.
Oh, really?
I don't
'Cause the
remember.
person
I don't
was
remember.
so
I don't
bad?
remember. I don't remember. I could be
Dang.
wrong.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I didn't say which episode. It could be the first
Everybody
episode. Everybody's bad.
You're all red.
But that's why it's called psychopath. It's like your
That's
your total
interesting.
psyche or your personality either passes or fails. It's a really good anime. It's like
cool.
super.
Definitely a lot. You
It-
can see a lot of moral dilemmas going on.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So it questions like the morality of like the law enforcement, or is morality even like a thing anymore? Like, does it matter? Because the computer, the system is just gonna judge you. no matter
Deciding,
what.
yeah.
Yeah. Action's really cool too.
Dang.
Yeah. Wasn't it one of the main characters doesn't use that gun because of that reason, right? The guy,
He believes in them.
God, I thought he does use it.
does he?
He believes they will win.
I don't remember. I need to watch it again. I haven't even. I remember finishing it. But that was a long time
Because
ago.
isn't because he's partnered with the girl
Who's a newbie?
And he's a criminal already, right?
Oh!
And the criminals are the only ones that can use the gun.
That's what.
Only criminals can use the gun.
Because they're already criminals, so if they use the gun,
Right.
they're
That's the law enforcement scapegoat. If something goes wrong,
The bad person did it.
Yeah,
the bad person
They
did
won't.
it.
They
That's
won't
what.
sleep over it. 'Cause
Wow.
the bad
That's
person-
what it was. And
It's like,
yeah,
like
those criminals.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, those exactly.
Yeah.
Those criminals have partners who can't use the gun. They're more of like overseers
Okay.
of them,
Interesting.
and they do have their own gun. Where if that guy has like changes his color changes,
Yeah.
they have the authority to kill them. So if they
That's crazy.
somehow go rampant too,
Right,
then
right.
yeah. So they keep them in check, pretty much.
Right. Right.
But yeah, so imagine a system like that
Hmm.
in the future. That'd be pretty crazy. I think.
Speaking of crazy futures.
Hmm.
So I brought this up to Tim the other day. I don't know if you heard about it. Did you hear what scientists did
Oh.
to? I might be totally wrong on all the details, but the gist of it is there was a group of scientists in, I think, Japan, and another group, I think, in the Pacific Northwest. They took dead skin cells and they injected, I think it was four different genes into the cell and turned it into an embryonic stem cell. Are you
familiar with
what
stem
they-
cell
what they do?
research?
I'm familiar with stem cell. I'm not familiar with that specific
Oh,
Yeah,
but
so-
experiment.
So they took a dead skin cell and turned it into one. So they essentially got an embryonic stem cell without needing an embryo.
Mhm.
And the other cool thing was each group of scientists did it with different genes.
That's
so
crazy.
they're like they ran the tests, produced the cell, and then they tested it, I think, on mice. But what they used ended up producing cancer in them, which is, I mean, kind of expected. But since they'd used different genes, now the thought is that when you get through enough trials and everything, you're gonna find the
The right
combination
one.
of genes that won't produce bad stuff. And so it came up. We were talking about this at work, and we were like, the really interesting thing is they're calling them like the ethical embryonic stem cells, because you don't kill an embryo to get them, and then you just you get them off a person.
Yeah, you pretty much
It's not
whatever like falls off your body is
Mhm.
a stem cell.
Yeah, it's not like you have to essentially start
like-
with a clone.
Yeah,
which
right.
some people were not really down with.
Uh huh.
So now they're saying if this is really legit, then that blows the doors open to because a lot of people thought it was immoral. So a lot of people wouldn't back the research and all that kind of stuff. But if it's not an ethical issue anymore,
Right.
what's to stop the research? So we were talking about this. And we go, all right, fast forward like 100 years, right? Where you can essentially you develop the technology to like clone a person from a dead skin cell.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what happens with that?
Right,
You're like
right.
you're heading towards like Gattaca territory,
Yeah.
where where everyone's trying to protect their
Oh yeah, yeah.
protect all their DNA and everything like that, because if the wrong person gets their hands on it, they can
Right.
end up cloning you.
Mhm.
Or like, so if you're not familiar with an embryonic stem cell, it's a cell that hasn't decided what it's going to become yet, right? So when you're
Pretty much a blank canvas.
yeah, so when you are conceived, the embryonic stem cell, they're just there, and then as you're developing, the genes that fire off and everything determine what function that particular cell is going to have. So it's like a computer that hasn't been programmed yet, right? And so what they did with these cells was they essentially reprogrammed these dead skin cells to become embryonic stem cells, which you can then reprogram into whatever you want, right? So it's really great for people like if they can get it to work, right? It'd be great for someone like that has diabetes, because someone with diabetes
You're
essentially
pretty
is
much
not.
reprogramming them.
Yeah.
Right.
So they lack the ability to get rid of insulin, but if you can reprogram the cells to give them back that functionality, you can essentially
You're curing.
theoretically get rid of diabetes.
Yeah,
the
that's-
condition, right?
That'd be so insane.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff like that. And but they are the basic building block of who you are. You know, so my coworker was like, you could take one cell from one person and turn it into an egg, and take another cell and turn it into a sperm, and now you're like creating people.
Yeah.
So it's like I could shake someone's hand, take the cell, go, you know, and like go and turn it into a whatever, and then end up having a baby that's got their DNA.
Right.
You know,
That's
it's like
so
insane.
crazy. And
So we're coming up with all these
know-
crazy scenarios.
Do you know what covers
happens?
your body? Skin. You have almost an unlimited supply.
Yeah, so it's really exciting in that. I mean, who knows what they'll come up with, but then it's also a little
Scary.
terrifying.
No, it's scary at the same time.
Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, what will people come up with when this kind of thing really takes
Man,
off?
maybe.
There'll definitely be regulations for that, though.
And it seems like the theme for this video is regulation.
Regulation.
No, that's so funny.
Because when you called,
That's your
yeah, when you called, then my phone rang.
That's your ringtone.
We need to show him the video after this, but
That was such a good one.
but yeah, that would be insane.
Crazy, right?
You could literally just make a person
Yeah.
however way you want.
Because the cell still has your DNA.
Right, you can't change DNA.
You're just like reprogramming it. So it'll eventually rebuild into whatever it is it was going to build.
That's so crazy.
Again, I could be totally wrong. I'm not a scientist, right? I read like 2 articles and talked about it at work.
2 articles, pro.
PhD.
Oh,
PhD!
yeah.
PhD in reading articles.
And my coworker said something like, you know, the cell was dead, so as long as it's preserved well enough, you can
Right.
still use it.
You can bring it back to
Yeah, so he was like, now we're talking. Yeah. He's like, now we're talking about like if somebody dies and they're preserved well enough, you
can
could
bring it back to
essentially make another one. You know, like
It would
down
be
the road.
it would be you, but a totally different you.
Exactly.
Unless because
I don't mean you're not
it
getting
can't
all
preserve the memories.
Yeah, you're not getting the personality.
Right.
the
What if you
memories.
could clone yourself at a certain age, and then just
Teach yourself.
transfer your
brain.
the
Whoa.
body?
That would be crazy. A brain transfer.
Yeah.
What was that movie with?
That's like you're talking. We're
Would you?
talking like
Do you think
immortality
you'd
now.
still like maintain your memories, or
I don't know. I don't know how.
If you could effectively
It should?
transplant a brain without damaging it, I think you would.
What's that movie with Ryan Reynolds and
Deadpool?
no? Yeah, he transfers his
Immortality.
body.
Immortality
Oh, that's
exists.
true. Yeah. Immortality-ish. No, there's a movie about him being transferred into an old dude, or an old dude being transferred into his body.
Yes.
Right?
I know what you're talking about,
Oh,
but I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
watch
yeah.
it. But I know what you're
Deadpool.
talking about.
Deadpool.
Yeah, he was wearing a red suit.
Yeah.
2 swords.
2 swords. You know what movie I'm talking about? Right?
I do. I never watched it though. Where
That's essentially what you're talking about.
but he didn't know about it.
And he didn't know
Yeah,
about it
so
because
he
he
shows up-
was. He
Who was
wasn't.
the other dude though? Who's the original?
He's the older. He's the old. Oh, what's his name?
It wasn't Michael Douglas, was it?
No.
I thought it
Deadpool.
was Deadpool.
No, it,
He reminds me of the old dude from that movie where they're like police officers that are trying to capture was it ghosts?
Ghostbusters.
R.I.P.D.
R.I.P.D.
Like, it's not that
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
but he reminds me of
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. No, that's not him.
Ghostbusters.
oh, Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Tron.
Tron.
Freaking Tron.
But yeah, that's
Giver.
essentially what you're getting at, is being able to transfer your consciousness
That would be
to the new you.
Yeah, just a new body.
That would be so. Yeah,
Now-
that's being immortal.
Now you're like
Until the technology just like runs.
You're like Orochimaru.
Oh,
Just
true.
changing bodies.
Right.
But then that also kind of like ties in like what makes like people like spiritual people like what makes a soul.
Right. Exactly.
Like if you can transfer just the brain and then you can still maintain your personality as a person,
Mm-hmm.
then like what is a soul?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So if
What is considered?
What is a spirit?
Yeah.
so let's say we're doing this, and you go off to Virginia Beach.
Mm-hmm.
You come back after having transplanted your brain, and we have no idea that you did it, and we can't tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Is
Like-
it still
Yeah.
Are you still you?
considered the
intact?
same
Is
person?
there-
Right.
Yeah.
Are you E1 or E2?
Dude,
E-
you never,
E3.0.
you never age, man.
Yeah, right. We're like 100 years old, and he's just like still 28.
Or if you could, or maybe before they get to that point, like you clone. If you can clone to like a certain age, then you actually start teaching yourself about yourself.
Whoa!
Dang.
Like you teach, like yeah, because essentially that new you is pretty much like a sponge.
Oh man.
Like your brain is so.
This is crazy.
What's the term for it? Elastic,
Yeah.
where you could learn anything.
Right.
So you're pretty much just like teaching him to be you, picking up your mannerisms, teaching about your personality, how you walk.
Wait,
how
are
you
we still
talk.
talking about
I think in that
transferring
case.
Yeah.
yourself?
Well, no.
Before,
This is
before
another
we have
thing.
the ability to transplant.
Oh, okay.
Like you make a clone of yourself, and then you teach him how to be you.
Mm.
I think in that case, it's definitely not the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not. And you're gonna die, and he's not, and it's not gonna be you.
Yeah. They'll just carry on.
'Cause-
as if it
yeah,
was still
right.
you.
But yeah, imagine if you could transfer your consciousness to the new you. That would be
It's crazy.
nuts.
Yeah, we got into some wild scenarios.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh. I would use my clone to do my work for me.
Okay, I'm
Classic, right? Classic.
I'm gonna walk around with like a full bodysuit.
Like that Calvin and Hobbes scenario where he had his transmographer. It's like a cardboard box he made up and just wrote transmographer.
Yeah.
Or he would sometimes scratch it out and make it a clone machine, and he would clone himself.
Oh, did that last time?
Oh.
There you go.
And he would clone himself. And he would clone like 3 or 4 of him, and he would make him do like different things.
Regular things.
And he would just be in his bed or like outside, just like reading a comic book. He's like, "Hey, how'd it go?" I was like, "Oh, well, I did this and this," and he was like, "What? Are you an idiot?" It's not like it's,
Not what you're supposed to do.
I think someone should make a movie like that. That'd be really funny, or like just like a short like web series. That'd be hilarious.
It's called Naruto.
Dang it, Kagebunshin no Jutsu. All right. Oh man, that'd be so funny.
Yeah.
So that was your topic, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man.
I
And
gotta-
technology is like moving so
I
fast.
gotta follow it a little more because my coworker came in and he was like, "Did you see what they did?" I was like, "What are you talking about?"
They did something else.
No, this whole thing,
oh.
yeah. He's like, "They created stem cells." Like, what? Yeah, it's wild.
Life is crazy.
Wild stuff.
Life is crazy right now. Technology is moving at such a fast pace. Like next thing you know, we're just gonna be doing this through VR.
Speaking of VR,
No,
Speaking
man.
of VR.
have any of you
I'm
played
stoked.
around with it?
Oh no.
Nothing yet?
Have you?
Mm-mm.
Damn, I wish we had gone to PAX because they had it there.
Do you have the PSVR though on pre-order?
He does.
So do I. I'll see
You
you
do?
there.
See you in the
See you in the virtual
virtual
world.
world.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that'd be so cool if it could just become like
I'm stoked.
Sword Art Online.
That'd be great.
I would never. I would be one of those people. I would never leave my room. You would have to feed me while I'm in the virtual world.
Just plug up to a machine.
Yeah, I just have like liquid food.
IV,
Just, like-
yeah.
Put you in an iron lung.
I'm gonna come out like Kirito and just like have like long nails,
Yeah.
look skinny, have really long hair, look super freaking thin. Virtual reality, yeah, that's another thing that's like on the freaking rise.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's-
can't wait to fly something.
You're right.
In VR. Oh man, I'm so excited.
That'll be the closest we'll ever get to.
The X1.
Mhm.
Oh right,
That
Battlefield.
looks so. I don't care if it's one mission. I'm gonna play it
Yeah.
a million times.
Oh, I'll play it a million times too. I'm just gonna be like this.
I'll blow up the Death Star 50,000.
Do it in my sleep. Man,
That looks so good.
life is crazy, man. What a time to be alive. And at the same time, it's kind of scary to be alive right now.
Maybe they will finally make a good Macross game in
What was
VR.
the last Macross game that they came out with?
There was a decent one that was only in Japan. I
PS2?
think-
That's the last one I remember. The PS2
Was it
one. It was like
PS2?
cell
Yeah,
shaded.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, And I think I tried playing it on an emulator at one point or something, or burning it.
Yeah, right. Or converting it.
Yeah, I couldn't really get it to work though.
Yeah. Damn, that was the thing back in the day, converting your PlayStation or PS2.
Yeah.
Which I never got to do.
But I would die for a really good VR Macross game.
That would be nuts.
I'd probably throw up every 2 minutes.
I know. See, that's the one. That's the one thing I'm afraid of is getting motion sickness, because that's totally different from just like being close to the screen.
Yeah.
Because your peripherals are completely immersed in the eyewear, and you're like everyone keeps saying whenever they try it out, it feels like you're not wearing anything at all.
Yeah, I've heard. So from everything I've read about PSVR, it's a good experience, and it's the most comfortable of the options, especially if you have glasses.
Right, like it's big enough.
Yeah, but the people have issues when game designers. Dude, yours is like perfect.
Yeah, what the heck? How do you do that? I can't get my whole face. I can't even
lens,
tell.
like...
I can't get my whole face.
You're gonna talk like this the whole time. So, but when the game designers design the motion in such a way that your brain can't really piece it together,
right?
Then you're
like,
like
you can't tell the
instantly
difference.
sick. Yeah. So they said that people that played the Resident Evil, I don't know if it was the demo.
God.
I don't know if it was just the demo. Maybe it was the demo.
Yeah.
But they were like, because of the way that you look and then move was weird. Mm-hmm. As soon as they started doing anything, their brain was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Right,
and then they got sick like immediately.
See, that's what I'm afraid of. That's gonna happen to me.
So,
because I get motion sickness easily now.
It's on the designers to figure out a way so that it doesn't confuse the brain, you know.
But it's hard to control the brain.
To go off on that though, that demo was scary.
I still haven't.
Oh yeah, right. We played it. Oh my gosh, I played
it's
it.
on there. It's waiting. Well, you know what else is on there? Have you played Pac-Man 256? Have you played?
What?
It's so the name ties back to the original Pac-Man. If you made it to screen 256, the game would just freeze because it ran out of memory. So you'd get this whole wall of like random digits or whatever. So it's an endless like scrolling maze that goes up, and then that jumble of text or whatever it's like kind of follows you. It's like a wave that's gonna kill you. So you go in and you're basically trying to get. It's like a high score race, but there's special power ups and everything, and you can play up to 4 people cooperatively because you're all trying to get through it, but there is like a score chase for everybody. But I heard like you can play it on phones, but they dump a bunch of ads and stuff on you.
Right.
But I think you play it on the PS4, which people were like, "This is so addicting."
Let's try that. Or we should try it afterwards.
We could play.
Let's do it. We
should play the demo, the Resident Evil demo.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Get the boys down here.
Oh my gosh, man! Like it was so short, but like in that time frame. It was like the worst.
I don't do well with scary stuff.
Like it was as scary as playing like a whole game.
Dang.
We were so scared from beginning to end.
It's about as good as the PT demo, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Just not as immersive.
Ah, okay.
Like it's definitely not as long.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, because the PT demo, it got you at like certain parts.
Yeah. The whole thing.
The Resident Evil one was just like, oh my god, I don't want to move. You don't want to move at all. You don't want to move, period.
I could not play anything in horror in
VR.
VR.
That game in VR? No, thank
no
you.
No stinking way, man.
Yeah, just watching like YouTubers or people like playing VR horror games.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so stressful.
I could not. Because when you're playing a game on the flat screen, you have no reason to turn your head. You know what I mean?
Dude.
The worst you do is like...
Yeah, you're just like...
you do the lean, you're like... I don't want and you can close your eyes.
Right.
I mean, you could close your eyes in VR. But you can't you can't do this.
You can't reopen it.
You can't hide.
The only thing you can do is either close your eyes and go like this.
Yeah, take off the thing.
Because that's all you got. Oh yeah, that's all you got.
But you're gonna have the physical sensation of whipping your head around and then seeing something. You know.
There's the other thing.
Just terrifying me.
The other thing too is you have headphones, right?
It has headphones.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's what makes it.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it so real.
Mhm.
Is when you're in an environment and you can hear everything like this.
Yeah.
Because you can just like,
Nope. No thanks.
yeah. Gosh.
No thanks. No thanks.
I mean, it was fun playing, but at the same time, it was not. Because when it was my turn to play, I got to a certain part, I saw something, and I passed it on to him. Like, nope, that's it. And you're just like, let's get out of here.
That's a good horror game.
And we didn't even like really search everywhere. We just
there's,
straight up
people-
did
there's, like, a
whatever we
ton
had.
of
Yeah,
stuff
people.
Yeah,
there's
there
a
we
lot
haven't
of stuff. Yeah.
A
figured out.
lot of stuff, like going upstairs.
Yeah, we didn't go upstairs at all.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dude, nope. Did
Forget
anybody? Oh, I'm not gonna say it. Have you seen
I'll
people
get,
play?
Okay, no.
Okay,
I'll get to
never
it
mind.
sooner
I'm
or
just
later.
not gonna say it. I'm stressed thinking about it already. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you know what's coming up, and it still scares you. And it's been a long time. I mean, Resident Evil games scare me in general, but I haven't felt that scared since the first one or the
That's
second
good.
one.
That's awesome.
The first one was like,
That's good to hear.
I'm gonna pee and poop my pants scared. Because when it first came out, we were 10 or 11, maybe 12,
Yeah, it was like 98.
98, 99, 98.
Really 90 game.
Yeah, because PlayStation came out. Well, we were able to get the PlayStation in Germany in
PlayStation came out
I feel
97.
like it was a
95.
little before that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were able to
Let's
get
find
it
out.
in Germany at like 96, 97. Or at least that's when my friends got it. Like Alvin. And Resident Evil was one of the first games he got. that and Final Fantasy VII, which was
96.
96. Yeah,
because
so
I was
yeah,
like,
97.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I played it when I was like a mid-teen.
Mhm.
96.
Yeah. Man.
20 years ago?
Yeah, it's had its
Yeah,
20th.
20th, yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be 21.
So we were like 7, 8.
7 or 8, yeah.
Forget about it, man.
That was one of the first games he played, and it scarred me for a long time.
I think what made it scary was like one of the things that made it scary was the like the pre-rendered backgrounds.
Oh my god.
Like you couldn't like look around a corner or
Nope.
anything or like,
Right,
or-
right. And the angles.
Yeah, and the angle. So
Yeah.
if a zombie was coming and you couldn't see
You
it, like
didn't
you
know.
were
Well, or, no, or like you can hear it,
Yeah, you can
but
hear
you
it.
didn't know if it was right around the corner.
Yeah.
And the door cinematic and the stairs
stairs
Oh, those
cinematic.
cinematics.
Yeah, those were the
Oh,
worst.
worst.
They never used them though.
Or the
You know?
stairs that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. And
I'm
then
always
something-
expecting to see something,
Yeah.
but they never did that. Did they? No.
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh,
they
they
did.
did?
Yeah, yeah. What?
I don't
Oh,
remember
the
that.
stairs
Like
one.
somebody popped out.
I don't remember.
There was one that I forget if it was one or two that something did pop out, but I want to say it was in the beginning. But after that, it was more so the door than the stairs. Like not like pop at you once it finishes its animation. It's right when you get to the room.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's right there, and you're just like,
Well,
go
those-
back to the
yeah,
door
those-
or
those
go
are
back
the worst.
downstairs.
You walk in the room and it's like there's a thing right there, and then
Especially-
you gotta.
Oh my gosh, that was the
you gotta-
worst.
You're like okay.
like, dude.
okay.
Dude, just turn left.
What?
And the freaking gun.
Well, it's when you got past the Beretta.
And you can't aim the thing. That's
No.
the other thing. The only thing you
No,
can do
you're-
is wait until the gun's like on its forehead, and then
No,
pull the trigger.
or like let's say you're at like a corner. You're like here, right, and you're facing this way. The camera
You
angle
have
never
no idea.
changes,
Yeah.
and you're just like, I don't know if I'm doing it. I don't
and,
know.
and then the next thing you know, it starts walking out. You're like, dang it!
Yeah, and then you and then
You have
and then,
no
and then you
ammo.
go
Yeah.
and then run. God, that
And
was
then,
the
like
worst.
scarcity of ammo and all that stuff also.
Gotta heal yourself. Gotta find herbs.
Because that was the worst. I remember you see the zombies and you're like, crap, I got like 6 bullets.
Yeah, right. And there's
I
like
really
like
wanna
four,
shoot this
there's like 4 or 5, and you're just
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna have to go around them.
And then you try to run and they're just like, and you're like, dang it.
Yeah,
Go back to my
their
ink
radius
ink ribbon.
their radius of getting you was like kind of big. Like if you were just like this far away and you just like graze them, it's a bam. Oh, and then you have to fight them off.
Those are the days.
Like when you're getting bit, you're like, ugh. Ugh. The most rewarding thing was like getting one knocked down and then just stomping its head. Those are
The
fun.
lickers are the worst. Because you can't even shoot those things.
Yeah.
All
It's
up
really
all
big.
up
You
on
have to
the
wait until
walls.
it gets like right up on
Yeah.
you. The dogs too. The dogs sucked. And then the tyrant, obviously.
Yeah.
But he was pretty predictable
Yeah.
because he's a big
He's a big guy. Yeah.
monster. But he would rush at you. Once he hit you, you're just like, I gotta use an herb, like automatically.
Like,
You're
hold on a second.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Yeah, you gotta mix
I
them.
gotta break out my mortar and pestle real quick. Dry my red and green.
I wonder what made them think that that's like a realistic thing. Yeah, you go from like green to like almost red yellow. You're just like, shh.
You're like, oh crap.
When you pause the game, nothing happens, right?
No, you could actually pause it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, okay. Gosh. I still think Resident Evil 2 is the best one. Raccoon City.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when, like, you went everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it was the worst. That was fun.
Good times. Good times.
Ah.
Hopefully they get back to that kind of thing instead of the zombie action, half action
Half action, half.
type of game.
Yeah. I mean, not to say that, you know, there's, like, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
That's a different scare factor, I feel like. Like, it's not like...
I really wanted to see where PT was gonna go.
I know.
Even Addison Road.
Allison Road. Yeah,
Allison Road?
Allison Road.
Is that the other one that's like in a house?
Yeah, the one that's
I'm like,
in
one
House.
is a song.
Yeah.
One is
No,
Abbey
it's
Road?
Abbey Road. Allison Road. Allison Road was the name.
Yeah, I think it's Allison Road.
That sucked too.
Yeah.
Just watching it sucked.
I'm not gonna see that either.
Yeah, right. It got canceled too. That's crazy.
It did?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Nobody.
I don't
I guess
remember.
no
I
funding.
don't remember, yeah.
Oh, totally off topic, but when we were talking about our predictions for E3,
Mhm.
Shenmue never came up.
No. That thing is so... God, that thing has to be so far off.
Huh.
It's gotta be so far
I mean, they got their funding.
But, and it's not a... Sony just... They announced their funding on the Sony stage, but they didn't say anything about it
Being done,
just
like
being
made.
Sony, did it?
Oh, like.
Or no, well, they're helping a lot with it.
Yeah.
So it's
right.
probably going to end up being exclusive.
I mean, it was
But
it was
if-
only PlayStation.
Yeah, but if they just got their funding, you gotta think maybe 3 years roughly. At best,
I feel like
you
it
know?
is a good thing that they didn't like mention anything about it. They're just
Yeah.
totally focused on making.
Just let them work on it.
Yeah, yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyways, back to scary games.
Yeah, it's been.
Oh.
we always cover an hour.
Yeah, we always do an hour,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Easy.
Whatever. That's what this is all about. I think we can only do short topics if we totally just stick to one topic.
Not happening.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Sorry.
Go somewhere else.
You want content? We're giving you content. Enough for you to go about your day.
Yeah, might be a good time.
Yeah.
We'll
So.
probably end up running out of memory on this car.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's what's been going on since February. Right? February?
Something like that.
February.
It's 5 months.
Dang, and we're already halfway through the year.
July is upon us.
July is upon us.
Where does the time go?
Yeah, that's up for another topic. Or for another video.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys, if you have made it this far. I hope we were able to talk about something mildly entertaining to you.
Only mildly.
Only mildly. But, you know, if not, well, give it another try. Who doesn't like... Well, a lot of people don't like soccer. But a lot of people do like soccer.
You should.
If you like sports in general,
Take it from a converted fan.
congratulate this man, because he's going to have a child soon.
We'll talk more about that on a different one, too.
Yeah. Thank you, Ian, for being our guest
Thank
in
you
this
for having me.
in this episode of ATAT. All to awesome things. Stereotypical Asian.
Maybe like part of my face. Maybe
Am
like
I even
this.
doing it anymore? I can't even see. So am I doing it?
Oh, there's two.
So yeah, we will close out here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much.
Go
you
Germany!
should- Go Germany! Oh my gosh, please beat Italy's ass. Please. Please, please, please. Even if you don't, doesn't matter. Still love you guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out our website at nerdplus.com. That's nrdpls.com. This episode will be up there someday. Definitely won't be
this
5
weekend.
months.
No.
See you in February.
We will not let that happen again because I'm pretty sure we figured out the bugs this time. And be sure to like, comment any topics that you guys want us to talk about the next episode, and subscribe, spread the word, all that good stuff.
No, that would, wait, sir. Before you end it, that would be funny if on episode 3 we're all like just old.
No. Okay, no. What if it was like
The baby's like 3.
no? What if the next episode were like, these are the clones?
Oh, I know.
We are clones.
It is the year 3000.
How much Flight of the Conchords?
No, I didn't.
Oh, dang it.
Their new one?
Not the
No,
new-
no.
Oh,
the first season.
Oh no.
Oh, there's a. Never mind.
We'll talk about
Makes
that
no
next
sense now.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll see you in year 3000.
Peace.